Welcome to a virtual tour of the Frederick Albert Sutton Building, home of the Department of Geology and Geophysics at the University of Utah. I'm Margie Chan, and I was past chair of the department during the time that we did the programming and construction of the Frederick Albert Sutton Building. This is a building that is distinctively earth science. Come take a look inside. I'll discuss two main ideas. First, the concept of the building and its highlights, and secondly, the facilities and how those will take us forward into the future. Starting first with the concept and highlights, we were very fortunate to have an amazing and wonderful gift through a major donor, Reverend Marta Sutton Weeks Wolf. She wanted a building in memory of her father, Frederick Albert Sutton, who received his bachelor's degree from the University of Utah in 1917. He enjoyed a rich career as an exploration geologist with many adventures in South America. Our major donor wanted a modern facility for others to be able to learn about earth science. A major goal of the building was to showcase what earth science is about. In this dynamic space, we have geology displayed as art and science for education and inspiration. The result is an award-winning building that is an eco-friendly home. At a cost of about $25 million, it covers 91,000 square feet, and we were very fortunate to build partnerships and have donations that contributed to the $1 million worth of displays. We have an experiential educational environment. Warm earth tones and the art on the walls create an inviting space for many students and visitors. We were one of the first buildings on campus to have xeriscape around the perimeter. In particular, we also have this cross-bedding pattern, and the cross-bedding pattern goes along with the theme of our building, which is a river. In the river idea, we have a dry river bed pattern that's on the outside of the building that funnels inward and connects to this pattern of a meandering stream that is exemplified in this river pebble tile. This kind of connects the outside with the inside of our building. We chose a river theme because Utah is carved by rivers. The river bed orientation goes from east to west because the rivers go from the mountains on the east to the valley out on the west. Another idea about the river running through the building is that we have a confluence where the old building and the new building come together, and this thematically goes with Utah's most famous confluence, that of the Green and Colorado rivers shown here on the right. All of the displays and the art are really teaching tools for us. You can see that in this picture on the left, we have these conglomerate slabs, and these are placed here because these are the kinds of deposits that rivers leave behind, as you see in this river pattern. The beautiful painting that we commissioned on the right is a painting done by a local Utah artist, and this shows Utah Permian sandstones that lie just above the confluence of the Green and Colorado rivers. We also wanted our building to lead by example. Through one of our faculty, Dr. Bill Johnson, a geological engineer, students in a class proposed different projects that could be incorporated into the building. This included the solar light tubes that you can see on the right and the roof garden shown on the left. All of the projects were energy efficient and sustainable practices. We received the first gold LEED certified designation for a building on the lower academic campus. We are pleased that our building has received a number of awards, but one we are particularly proud of is the Beacon of Excellence Award for transformative undergraduate experiences. We also received the 2009 People's Choice Award from the Utah American Institute of Architects. When you come into our building, one of the first things that strikes you is the beautiful fish wall. This is where we have 104 Eocene Green River fish fossils, and they're arranged like fish swimming towards the lecture hall. This creates a sense of movement and draws you into the building. What you can see in this display is that we have different colored background, and the background goes from a light gray color, which matches the Precambrian slate colors on the floor, and then it gets progressively lighter as you go up the wall, so it creates this idea of shoaling. The color change draws your eye up and gives you the impression of light and the impression of being in a lake. You can see that the larger fish are positioned lower down in the wall because big fish are typically deeper, and it's the little fish that tend to school to make themselves actually look bigger, as you can see in our display. Adjacent to the fish wall, we have a plant wall of 160 Eocene Green River plant fossils. Plant fossils are rare because they're often difficult to extract out of the outcrop, and they have poor preservation potential. Our intent was to enliven the space of our building through artistically displayed geologic material that would inspire visitors and effectively convey what our science is about. We also wanted the displays to be used as teaching tools. In particular, we have many rock slabs that are the same kinds of slabs used in kitchen counters. So we have a countertop geology class. We use these displays across our curriculum, and you can see an example where part of the slab has been marked off for students to do an exercise. The geology is accessible, and the displays contribute to a safe, inclusive format. We enjoy having the outcrop scale relationships in our building, and we can actually go down to the detailed level of mineralogy, and we have thin sections that we've done different analyses on. How are these facilities taking us forward into the future? We have stratified floors, and thematically, those who study the solid earth are on the second floor. That includes the subdisciplines of geophysics. We have the third floor of earth history that includes the subdisciplines of sedimentary geology and paleontology. And then this floor is overlain by the fourth floor, earth surface, which houses those who study hydrology and geochemistry. We have laboratory classrooms with movable tables and chairs that facilitate interactions of the students. We have a lecture hall that seats 80, and we have rooms for research instrumentation and analytical facilities. Here you can see the hallway leading to offices, and we have informal gathering areas. Graduate students have these spaces shown at the bottom. Faculty offices typically are comprised of a wall with shelving on one side and then workspace on the right. Our department houses the University of Utah seismograph stations. We've been measuring earthquakes along the Wasatch Front for over 100 years. Every year we have an open house. Often we get up to 300 visitors that come and check out our building and see what we're about. This is an inviting home, and many of the young people enjoy the hands-on activities. This augmented reality sandbox on the right is particularly popular. We want the Frederick Albert Sutton building to be inclusive for students of all ages, from 8 to 80, and maybe even up to 80 million. Many other geology students also share the experience of the Sutton building. And here's an example of the Geoforce group from the University of Texas, Austin. In summary, the Sutton building is a special place. We have an engaging, dynamic, experiential learning environment. The displays are integral parts of our program and our curriculum. Visitors and students are inspired to explore, and they enjoy that sense of discovery. Overall, our home is a valuable and accessible resource. Earth science is at the exciting intersection of many disciplines. We at the University of Utah are committed to training the next generation to address some of the most critical issues of earth science and society. Thank you for watching, and I hope you'll have the chance to visit in person.